Welcome fans to WECU Court in Carver Gymnasium for tonight's non-conference game featuring the Douglas College Royals and your Western Washington University Vikings. We would like to begin by acknowledging that we gather tonight on the ancestral homelands of the Coast Salish peoples who have lived in the Salish Sea Basin throughout the San Juan Islands and the North Cascades watershed from time immemorial. Please join us in expressing our deepest respect and gratitude for our indigenous neighbors, the Lummi Nation and Nooksack tribe, for their enduring care and protection of our shared lands and waterways. Fans at this time, please rise if able and remove your caps. Military veterans are welcome to render a hand salute as we join with the playing of both countries' national anthems, O Canada, followed by the Star-Spangled Banner. And now let's meet the student athletes for both teams. First, for the visiting Royals from Douglas College out of New Westminster, British Columbia. The starting lineup is announced by head coach Matt McKay and assistant coach Montel Lindgren. A 5'10 sophomore guard from Delta BC, number 2, Andre Verchez. A 6'1 freshman guard from Calgary, Alberta, number 3, Kanayan Duncan. 6'3 senior guard from Toronto, number 5, Scotty Austin. 6'5 junior forward from Surrey, BC, number 10, Gretch Saran. And a 6'7 sophomore forward out of Turkey, number 14, Efe Elikia. Those are your Douglas College Royals. And now let's meet your 2024-25 Western Washington Vikings. This starting lineup is announced by head coach Tony Dominguez. Coaching staff of AJ Britton, Bob Hofstetter, Otavio, Jude, and Graham Bonner. And of course, our awesome manager, Ryder Cunningham. A 6'5 redshirt freshman guard from Bellingham, number 2, Grant Kepley. 6'2 freshman guard from Beaverton, Oregon, number 5, Aiden Rice. A 6'6 sophomore forward out of London, England, number 20, Lewis Grant Holiday. A 6'8 junior forward from Sacramento, California, number 22, Money Lott. And a 6'4" senior guard from Lorton, Virginia, Will Wilson. Fans, those are your Western Washington Vikings. Officiating crew for tonight's game, Damon Brulin, Court Potter, and Kellen Sturtevant. Fans, are you ready for 40 minutes of college basketball action right here in Carver Gym?
Basketball in Bellingham, Washington. Your Western Washington Vikings host the Douglas College Royals in tonight's edition of Men's Hoops here in Bellingham. This is Vikings TV. I'm Zen Hill. Butch Kamena here by my side. We are ready to continue this Vikings hot start to the 2024 season.
A 5-1 start and an opponent that you would, let's be fair, you would expect to beat given previous history. I think what you want to see tonight, there's going to be some points, but you'd like to see a good defensive effort tonight. Can you shut this team down, hold them a low field goal percentage, force some turnovers?
Vikings win the tip-off. For some context, it was a 122-61 win for the Vikings last season when these two teams faced off. Western Washington on the offensive first. Their all-white jerseys go to work with Will Wilson. Swings it into the far side. Grant Kepley, the redshirt freshman, takes it to the basket. Can't get it, though. Rebound Douglas College, and they're out running. Into the lane goes Scotty Austin, turns around, finds his teammate out there in Duncan, a handoff around the perimeter. Saran is a starter as well. Verchez handling for the Royals. In their all gray uniforms, down the baseline goes Austin, pulls up from the mid-range, and it rattles away. Western Washington looking to go quick. They have Aiden Rice, numbers with Kepley in the corner. He pulls up for three, short-handed though.
That goes in last year.
It does go in last year. They tightened the bolts there. No longer as soft of rims here in Carver Gym, huh?
You know, there's a definite effort. It doesn't rattle quite as much as it once did.
No shooters bounce, so we're still scoreless, and another turnover gives it to Western Washington. Grant Kepley running on the near side, crossing over his defender, flips it to Aiden Rice on the left wing. Rice to the cup, double clutches and spins it off the glass.
What a nice take, changing in midair and able to lay it off the glass for the opening points of the night.
Rice was very aggressive in the matchup against Northwest. It was good to see the freshman get going, and he's on the board first for Western Washington. Royals look to answer, and they fumble it away straight into the hands of Lewis Grant Halliday, who kicks it out to Rice. He'll try a three, too short on it. And a rebound by Verchez. Grant Halliday playing the full court defense, picks away a steal and has the open lane for a dunk.
And another steal.
Look at that. Grant Kepley this time is able to force a foul. He'll go to the line. Vikings forcing early turnovers here against the Royals.
As we said, come out, establish it defensively. First we'll see Aiden Rice with this wonderful little move to the finish, but 5 possessions for the Royals, 4 turnovers and a missed shot. Great defensive start for the Vikings.
Grant Kepley at the free throw line. What a start to his redshirt freshman season that he's having, as Douglas College will bring in Kai Bomer and Max Aztec. Kepley up to this point, 15.5 points per game. Goes 1 for 2 from the stripe. Vikings lead 5-0 before the Royals have put up a point. Around 18 minutes in this first half remaining. Royals get a backdoor cut to the newly checked-in Aztec, who just rattles it away. Will Wilson able to tip out a rebound, and he corrals it. Wilson will also handle the ball down the court for Western Washington. Crossing over his defender, goes with the right hand off the glass, too strong, tipped away. Douglas has it, turning in transition against Aiden Rice, stepping through his Aztec, but his layup is short. Rebounded, though, by Douglas. 2 defenders there, has it poked away, gets it back. Elika out to a teammate in Aztec. And now the Douglas College Royals settle. Scotty Austin forced to give it away back outside. Bomer, Grant Halliday involved in another tipped dribble, fighting for it, gained by the Royals. Shot clock down to 3. Layup's not going to go. Putback can't go either. Another chance, though, for the Royals, and it's tipped out of bounds by Wilson.
Matt McKay, the Douglas head coach, already a 3rd substitution here. We're under 3 minutes in. Looking for some combinations that can generate some offense for them.
A couple of offensive rebounds, keeping possessions alive for the Royals. They have it with a new 20 seconds on the shot clock, halfway out of bounds. Here's a kick out to Aztec in the near corner, driving, gives it away to his teammate, who floats it up too strong, and a miss comes from Bonneman. Wilson was looking for a teammate, mishandled it, had to give it to Grant Kepley. Aiden Rice on the left wing, stepping to his right, back outside to Wilson. He tries a 3, And he's able to rattle it in off a couple of hops. Wilson has the Vikings up by 8 early. Royals still looking for their first bucket, and they won't get it there. Vikings defense holds again as Kepley lobs it up to Grant Halliday, mishandled into the corner. Reich's able to clean it up, double team on him, floats far side to Wilson. Wilson with a spin move now, back out to Aiden Rice. Three-pointer from him, can't go. Kepley tips it around, Bonneman's fingers on it. Money Lott is able to keep it alive for Western. Offensive rebounds playing a factor for both teams as Grant Halliday is too strong in his three-point attempt. Vikings can't knock down the long ball, and the Royals have it. Quickly in transition, Aztec hands it away. Inside, Saran is finishing for the first points.
It's his team that was not afraid to push the pace. They are 3-7. They've struggled, but they will get up and down the floor, look for opportunities to score in transition.
Douglas College entering the matchups over 70 points per game. Of course, Western Washington third in the GNAC as far as scoring goes with their 82 points per game, as Western is unable to convert on that offensive possession. An 8-6 ball game with the Royals on offense. It's Kai Bomert out there without a dribble. He finds Saran in the paint, gives it away to Scotty Austin, has it tipped away, stolen again by Western Washington. Long outlet pass up to Grant Halliday, who finishes. Vikings able to turn a steal into a basket again, that time off of Grant Kepley finding transition. The England native as now Saran gets into the lane, floats it up, underhanded, can't get it. Money Lott with a defensive rebound. Long pass up, it's too strong. Vikings will have a turnover as their own. Couple subs going to come in after our media timeout. It's 10-2, Western Washington on top of Douglas College when we come back here at the WECU Court.
Original, never compromise. Nobody can mess with my copyright. Make it look easy, I don't have to try that. Go and get it. Go and get it.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Welcome back to Sam Carver Gymnasium. Louis Granny Holiday applying the defensive pressure, getting that steal and the dunk. A quick 10-2 lead for the Vikings. Douglas College plays in the Pac West, but not that Pac West, the one that we're familiar with in Division II, the Pacific Western Athletic Conference, made up of the second level of university basketball in British Columbia. Since those games have been counted, you could count the Canadian teams when Simon Fraser came back. Western 14-0 against this Pac West competition.
And out of the break, it's another turnover by Douglas College. Lewis Grant Holiday, 3 steals already throughout this first half as Will Wilson is driving and finishing with the left hand. Vikings up to a double-digit lead. The Royals have it on the left side. First time we're seeing Jesse Connolly out there as he'll pull up a mid-range just short. Rebounded by Garrett Levesque. He's one of 2 players that came in for Western Washington during the timeout. Him and Trevor White now onto the floor for the Vikings. Trevor White coming off of a great Saturday performance as Will Wilson is inside again, but he's too strong. Money Lott has the offensive rebound but can't get a putback. Max Aztec, the main ball handler since coming on. Here's a 3-point jumper that's going to be too strong from Bomert. Offensive rebound, though, but no good on the second try from Connolly. Vikings lobbed up to Levesque, and he slams it.
Oh, getting in behind the defense. The beautiful lob, and Garrett Levesque throwing it down.
He was unable to convert a dunk in the dunk contest at Viking Gym, but he can finish the lob in a game.
Do it when it matters.
Yeah. Bomert, another strong 3. Kick out to Aztec. His 3 is good. Max Aztec using that lefty jumper, one of 5 left-handed players on the Royals. Not something you're going to see a whole lot of as there's a dish off to Trevor White. Had it blocked out of his hands by Connolly, but White got it back and gets the second chance. Trevor White, 21 points on Saturday, career high, also had 7 rebounds, which led Western Washington against Northwest University.
The 3 freshmen combined for 50 points and 14 assists. It was really impressive.
Ball is out of bounds. We're going to see Jordan Tate enter for Western Washington. Saw him have some playing time on Saturday against the Eagles. As we look one more time to that beautiful lob pass found to Garrett Levesque down low. A nice find from Grant Kepley. Royals have it on the baseline, get it inbounds near the Vikings bench. Onto the floor for the first time is MBB out there. Give it away to Aztec, though. Kicks out into the corner. Griffin White pulls up for 3 and hits the side of the backboard, but got it back. Tried to find a teammate at the top of the key, but Trevor White has it. He's running with the right hand finishes.
Are we up to 4 dunks now?
2.5, 3. We'll get up there, though.
At least 3. The breakaway, the lob, and this one.
That's right. I think we've got 3. 3-pointer from the Royals will not go. Trevor White fighting with Will Wilson for a rebound.
We're going to give Meach a half there. That was interesting.
Each of them wanted the stat. As Garrett Levesque has it in the corner, Trevor White thought about it. Outside on the wing, going to drive by his defender and finish the layup.
Douglas was in a zone, but when the penetration came from Trevor White, somehow there was nobody there to stop it.
Trevor White already off the bench, playing good again for Western Washington as this pass goes into the backcourt and out of bounds. It'll be Western Washington's ball. Lewis Grant Halliday re-entering for the Vikings.
Trevor White comes in averaging 12.2 points a game, playing just 22 minutes a game off the bench. So he has scored and scored quickly in his first 6 collegiate games and continuing that in his 7th.
And it has the Vikings up 20-5, nearing 12 minutes left in the first half. Will Wilson has it on the near side. Top of the key, Garrett Levesque, Jordan Tate. He's got an open 3, and he knocks it through.
The first tray of the season for Jordan Tate.
Just his 2nd overall made basket. Jordan Tate off the bench, giving the Vikings an 18-point lead. Royals kick outside, tipped away by Levesque, fought it away. He has it on the right side, and it has a foul to him as MBB did not want to give up the transition bucket. That'll be immediate timeout. 23-5, Western Washington in front of the Royals when we return on Vikings TV.
Original, never compromise. Nobody can mess with my copyright. Make it look easy, you don't have to try that. Go and get it. Go and get it.
Welcome back into Western Washington University. Your Vikings on top 23-5 right now over the Royals. Western Washington last season recorded their 6th win of the year against Douglas College. They've got a chance to repeat that here, and in less games this time, though, in the new season, as Western Washington leads by 18, 11:35 left in this first half.
Yeah, Vikings off to a very good start, shooting 10 of 20 from the field. 7 players have already scored. And as we said, doing it at the defensive end. Forced 9 turnovers, and the Douglas Royals just 2 of 17 from the field right now. If you wanted to find a point of criticism for Western, they've given up 7 offensive rebounds already.
That has been a big issue for Western Washington all season. Of course, right now, last in the conference in rebounds per game. As far as defensive goes, they're bottom of the table. Offensive, they are decent at. Western Washington still struggles with the rebounding problem as Garrett Levesque at the free throw line can get 1 of 2. This is the second one, and it's one away by Scotty Austin. Austin also handles it down the court. He's got Trevor White guarding him. Austin quickly goes into the lane, down near the block, spinning around his defender, finds the corner 3-pointer.
Oh,
that
very
is going
nice.
to be good for Hunter Thompson. Thompson off the bench now in for the Royals, already getting a bucket. Jordan Tate, he's got a 3-pointer tonight, gives it to Trevor White. A lob to Levesque.
Second, running the baseline. If you can get behind the defense, that is such a great option. And Garrett Levesque throwing it down.
That one was a bit more aggressive than the first one. Dedeker guarding Saran, and Dedeker is going to pick up the foul. I think Western Washington has found their go-to dunk play, at least in that backdoor cut. We've seen it twice tonight.
To the high post and out of the corner. And Garrett Levesque for the second time tonight.
So the foul goes on Dedeker, also off the bench in the game for Western Washington. Jarek Saran is at the free throw line. He started this game for the Royals. Can't get the first one.
That free throw could go a long ways, even on the low ceiling. And the rim is 10 feet high. I'm not sure that free throw ever got above 10-6.
I don't think so. It's a missile going straight at the hoop. Saran will hit back rim on this one, but an offensive rebound by the Royals again tonight. Verchez has it into the corner. It's stolen away. Dedeker has it, makes up for the personal foul. Vikings have numbers running in transition. Dedeker slows and outside to Garrett Levesque. White going to try a three on the opposite side, and he buries it. How about the freshman Trevor White doing it all?
9 points already for Trevor White in a little over 4 minutes of play.
Shoots 34% from three, knocks in his first attempt tonight. And he has the Vikings up by 21 points, about halfway through our first half. Scotty Austin going to give a floater up, too strong, off right to it. Garrett Levesque has the defensive rebound. Grant Halliday will handle it up the floor for Western Washington, outside to Jordan Tate. Tate from the left side has it poked away by Saran. They force a turnover. Douglas College moving up the floor now with Andre Verchez into the corner. Thought about a three, was Bonneman. Bonneman has it blocked away. Dedeker was there. I think he got the contact. As Scotty Austin hands it away in the corner. Hunter Thompson, another three is good.
A pair of trays for Hunter Thompson, up to 6 points now.
Entered this game averaging just 8 minutes per game for Douglas College. We've seen it off the bench. Likely going to earn a little bit more playing time as Trevor White is going to try and reverse this one. He was a bit too far from the basket to finish it. Vikings did get a rebound, so Grant Halliday tries a three, but short arms it. That's tipped around on the floor, secured by the Royals. Outlet pass up to Thompson, trying to go 3 for 3, and he does. Couple of good threes, forces a timeout by Tony Dominguez. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, Hunter Thompson came in, had only hit 5 threes in 10 games, but a trifecta of them here, all of them deep in the corners.
Last season, Douglas College went a 4-20 overall in their conference games. They played 10 exhibition games and only won one of them against Northwest Indian College. They lost to Western Washington when they played here in Carver Gym last season. Vikings doubling their score in that matchup.
122-61. And that is, we talked about in the Pac-West Conference, and in those 14 games, none of those teams have ever been within 25 points of Western. Most of those games, the Vikings have broken 100 points. So
Vikings are yet to hit triple digits on the season. Could it happen tonight against Douglas? Vikings have it out of their own timeout. Garrett Levesque on the right side finds a teammate in Aiden Rice, top of the key, who kicks into the corner. Grant Halliday switching directions on the defender, has it stripped away by Verchez. Verchez is going quick. Verchez dishes it off. Thompson there, high off of the shot clock. Foul is called on Western Washington.
Verchez averages about 8.5 points a game. Push the pace there. As we said, they're not afraid to get out and run a little bit.
Thompson knocks in the free throw. He's been good shooting tonight as Grant Kepley going to re-enter alongside Will Wilson for Western Washington.
And in the loss last year, Verchez played pretty well. As we recall, 19 points and 4 assists.
Thompson gets the second of 2, so he makes them both, 29-16. 13-point lead only for Western Washington. Douglas College has been chipping away over their last couple possessions. Western Washington needs a good offensive bucket to answer. It'll be Aiden Rice driving to the paint, trying to switch directions with his hands. Offensive rebound by Money Lutt, who's going to finish with a foul.
Cradled it with one arm. And then one up, a little bit of a fall away, but under control to finish.
And his teammate Money Lot there to clean him up on the offensive glass. Western Washington 5th in the GNAC in offensive rebounds per game. They're averaging 11 of their 32 total as a team. The and one is no good, but rebounded by Grant Kepley, another offensive board for Western Washington. Grant Kepley gets it inside. Grant Halliday is hacked, and he'll have 2 free throws coming on the foul by Verchez.
You're up 31-16. You're not doing too many things wrong, but if there's one thing at the offensive end that the Vikings could do better. We've talked about the offensive rebounding, giving off the rebounds at the defensive end. At the offensive end, they're not finishing the little ones right now. A lot of misses from 3 and 4 feet. Now they're getting rebounds. They've got 20 points in the paint. But I think you'd still like to see a little bit more efficiency in and around the basket.
This is a team that likes to take it to the basket. They've made that known that that's one of their identities this season. They have a lot of players that can take strong layups and finish them. Of course, we've seen that throughout Will Wilson's time here. Grant Kepley has been a news part of that. And everyone throughout the Vikings' whole lineup and bench. Finish at the cup. Vikings up 33-16. 8 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first half. Douglas College has the ball. They get it into the corner for it. Saran, and there's a three-pointer from the top of the key. Duncan can't hit. Grant Halliday has the defensive rebound, handles it himself. Coast to coast down the court. Can't get the layup, but 2 free throws coming again for Lewis Grant Halliday. Getting deja vu, but not yet. It'll take us through our 8-minute media timeout. 33-16, Western Washington on top of Douglas College. You're watching Vikings TV.
The legacy began in 1973. That was the year NCAA Division II was born. And since the very first day, our division has shaped generations of student athletes with a true sense of academics, athletics, and community. That is 5 decades of graduations, championships, teamwork, and personal development. 50 years of shaping student athletes into world-class leaders. NCAA Division II. Our division, our legacy.
Do we have fear and loathing in Carver Gym tonight? Hunter Thompson getting hot. He's gonzo even. A trio of 3-pointers and also a trip to the foul line for a pair of free throws. 11 of the 16 Royals points for Hunter Thompson.
Entered this matchup against Western Washington with just 22 total points on the season, and he had only made 5 threes on the year. He's already gotten half of his season total of points, and over half of his season total have made 3. Is a hot start for Hunter Thompson, the senior. Out of the media timeout, Lewis Grant Halliday is at the free throw line. He went 2 for 2 just before the break. Grant Halliday had 23 points, led the Vikings on Saturday against Northwest University. Vikings won that matchup 96-65, picking up their season high in points, looking to topple that today. One for 2 for Grant Halliday at the free throw line, a very efficient Vikings free throw shooter. Vikings with an 18-point lead under 8 minutes now. Douglas College has the ball with Kanayan Duncan working it around the perimeter, finding his teammate in Scotty Austin. Toronto native dribbling around, gets it inside to his teammate who finishes it off a roll.
Nice pass in the pick and roll and a nice little finish there on the reverse lay-in.
F.A. Ilaika finishes there. The Turkish sophomore, and it's 34-18 Western Washington. Adrian Rice switches directions on the right side, finishes and one, blocking foul. He's got a chance for 3. Adrian Rice, 14 points on Saturday against the Eagles. He finishes the layup. We'll have the and one attempt. Rice out of Beaverton, Oregon. True freshman, not like Grant Kepley. Grant Kepley got a whole season to sit on the bench, watch Western Washington star guards, give him some guidance. Aiden Rice entering true freshman, a couple of them that are playing for Western Washington this season. Grant Kepley is guarding Duncan all the way up through the court. There's a long pass that is caught by Verchez. Somehow got up there, got a hand on it, kept it in bounds for his Royals. Scotty Austin lost his handle, but it will result in an open mid-range, and he gets it.
He is their leading scorer, about 12 and a half a game. So finally gets a bucket there.
Had been a majority ball handler for most of the matchup as Money Law falls to the ground as the ball goes out of bounds. Vikings do steal it back in their favor and now get it to Grant Halliday, who finishes the layup.
A little finger roll there.
Smooth as now in transition goes Douglas College, but Elika is fouled by Western Washington.
Little bit weak in transition defense there, and Money Lot forced to give up a foul.
It'll send Elika to the free throw line. 7.2 points per game for him as he misses the first of two. Trevor White and Garrett Levesque coming back in for Western Washington. Max Aztec onto the floor for the Royals as well. Elika on the season entered this game 7 of 38 at the free throw line, and he airmailed that one. There's the reason he entered it, shooting 14% from the free throw line, goes 0 for 2.
7 of 38,
wow.
And it is now dropped.
It has dropped further. 19-point lead for Western Washington. Will Wilson has the handle, goes behind the back to get away from his defender, lost control of it, but off of a Royals touch, it'll be the Vikings ball. And B1all is back in for Douglas College. Subs out Andre Verchez. Kepley gets the inbound to Money Lot. To Will Wilson on the left side. He tries a three, can't get it. Money Lot, offensive rebound. Putback is no good. Late foul called, and Lot will have 2 shots coming. Western Washington has shown the ability to get to the free throw line through these last trips at home here. Westminster had a ton of free throws. Continue that against Northwest U, and they already have 10 tonight against Douglas College. 11 and 12 here from Money Lot as he makes the first.
Money Lot just 56% so far, but that stroke does look better than a 56% shooter.
And he goes 2 for 2. Money Lot still trying to find his shooting rhythm in a Vikings uniform. Does give the Vikings back up to a 21-point lead as the Royals look to answer. Will Wilson strips away Kai Bomert's weak handle. Wilson kept it in bounds as well, finds Grant Kepley. Kepley lost his dribble, back out to Wilson, fakes the three to the left side. Wilson to the cup, and a foul is called. It's going to be 2 shots coming for Will Wilson off the late whistle, more free throws.
Yeah, Vikings just seem to be living at the free throw line right now. And that's a byproduct of attacking the rim against a team that isn't as, let's be honest, as athletic as they are. So you should, when you're doing that, get a lot of free throw attempts.
Jordan Tate going to check back in for Money Lot as the first is good from Will Wilson.
Will Wilson, an outstanding free throw shooter, comes in at 88.5%.
Drains both of them.
He survived it.
Survived any potential jinx so far.
Yes. The great ones overcome it.
And it gives the Vikings 23-point lead, 5:45 left in the first half. Western Washington a 5-1 record already this season, went 17-12 last year, 9-9 in GDAC play. Will start their conference schedule December 5th on the road against Northwest Nazarene as Scotty Austin pulls up near the free throw line, can't get it, but an offensive rebound. And Wall lost control. Jordan Tate ends up with it. Vikings have it up, and a 1-on-3 is led by Grant Kepley to Will Wilson, who finishes the layup. Vikings forcing more turnovers, leading 2 points in transition as Levesque aptly tips it away, but Douglas College did keep it to themselves as Bonneman is inside, kicks out to a teammate. Bomert is able to rattle a 3 in.
5 of 10 from three-point range for the Royals. They've not been a great three-pointing shooting team on the season.
Kai Bomert last season did not score against Western Washington, went 0 for 2 from the field as Western has it, tipping it a couple of times out of bounds on the Royals. It'll be the Vikings ball. Hunter Thompson back in for the Royals, entering alongside Jesse Connolly. Thompson still the team leader for Douglas by far with his 11 points.
The game leader.
Game leader, yeah.
3 Vikings have 9 points.
Will Wilson trying to change that with a 3, and he does. He's up.
Right on cue. 12 points now for Will Wilson. He is now your game high leader.
There you go. Aztec has it for the Royals. Western Washington drains their 3rd three-pointer of the game, 3 for 9 from that field. Excuse me, that's their 4th. Royals have it outside. Aztec almost had it out of bounds. Saved it, though. Grant Kepley in his face. He pulls up in front of him. Back rims it. Trevor White grabs a rebound. Vikings going with Garrett Levesque behind the back. Kick out to Kepley. He's going to try a 3 in Aztec's face. Neither side can get it. Douglas College secures a rebound, and they're going quick on a bounce pass up to Aztec. Dish back to his teammate Bonneman, who finishes at the cup. Vikings going to turn and instantly run the other way. Large pass up to Trevor White, who is fouled, and that'll slow us down. It'll be a 4-minute media timeout as well on the floor. 3:52 left in half number 1. It's 48-25, Western Washington.
Original, never compromise. Nobody can mess with my copyright. Make it look easy, I don't have to try that.
The Teaching and Learning Academy is an organization that's housed in the library, and it's where people come to have conversations.
They deal with serious issues that have emotional impact in ways that are typically not found in a class.
We've talked about diversity and inclusivity on our campus and in our community.
It not only enriches my education, but also impacts the ways that I can continue my leadership roles.
Back here in Carver Gym, Western Washington up 48-25. Will Wilson, a game-leading 12 points. He's 2 for 3 from behind the arc as well, as Western Washington is feeling good so far in this first half with just under 4 minutes remaining. They've already almost gotten to 50 points as a team.
Such a balanced attack for the Vikings. And you look at the stats, and Tijon Zane, the leader in points per game, and only played the opening game before hurting an ankle, but at 18. But after that, Grant Kepley at 15.5. Will Wilson at 14.8, Grant Holiday at 14.7, White at 12.2, Money Lott at 8.5. Is really, really balanced group, and one of the most balanced lineups we've seen in many, many years at Western.
Vikings have had a couple games already in these short 6 games that they have played where we have 4 or more players in double figures. Vikings spreading out the offensive attack. A lot of versatility on their offense as Will Wilson just misses a steal attempt. Could not intercept it and turn it into transition. It'll be out of bounds for the Royals. Thompson inbounds to Aztec. Aztec gets it back into the inbounder. Thompson guarded by Garrett Levesque. Hunter Thompson driving inside. High layup is too strong though. Rebound by Kepley. Kepley sprinting down the far side, has multiple defenders around him, finds a teammate finally in Levesque, then Jordan Tate now near the block, and a reverse layup is good.
A couple of nice plays there. Kepley maintaining the dribble around 3 defenders, and then the kick, and then finally Jordan Tate. Didn't really have room on one side and just very patiently went to the other side and got the reverse lay-in.
And Grant Kepley already tonight, 4 rebounds, 5 assists as well, 2 steals for him. Only just that 1 point that came on a free throw as Thompson drives, and he's going to have his 13th points. Hunter Thompson, the unsung hero out of nowhere for Douglas College that they have found off the bench in this matchup against Western Washington. It's a 50-27 lead for the Vikings, just over 2.5 left in the first half. Wilson gets it, a long mid-range jump shot is good by Wilson. He will not let Thompson have the game leader in points.
Nope. The battle is on.
14 now for Wilson.
It's not
Thompson.
the battle we expected.
It is not. Jesse Connolly near the elbow outside to Thompson. Jordan Tate is there, a head fake. Now a step back in the mid-range that he dishes off into the corner for his teammate Bonneman, who buries a three.
Three-pointer, number 13, Lorenzo Bonneman.
Lorenzo Bonneman entered this game just 3.5 points per game in the early season for Douglas.
They're only shooting 28.6% from three coming in, but tonight, 6 of 12, 50%.
Played the most minutes off the bench against the Vikings last season, scored 5 points as that is tipped out of bounds by Wall. Western Washington will have the possession as Charlie Dedeker is going to come in for the Vikings. Grant Kepley going to head to the bench. You see Bonneman bury that three. 5 points, 4 rebounds against the Vikings last year. Top of the key, Dedeker for three, air mailed it. Charlie Dedeker's only made jump shot of the season up to this point was a three-pointer, and a 30-second timeout was called by Douglas College. Vikings have a 22-point lead right now. Offense is shooting 52% as a team. That seems like a normality for Western Washington this season. They've shot the ball so efficiently up to this point, leading the GNAC in their shooting percentage.
Just a tick over 50% on the year, and shooting 38% from three. And a reasonable 72% at the foul line. So it's been a good start for the Vikings. They did drop that game against Westminster last Thursday.
Half court.
A good balanced game, and you just get a great shot at the end for a three to win it by Westminster. And in a game where maybe the Vikings didn't execute as well as they would have liked over about the last 5-6 minutes of the contest, and the first 5 or 6 minutes they fell well behind, came back, got the lead, led most of the second half, and couldn't finish it.
And it all came down to Chase Potter's game-winning buzzer beater from the half last Thursday. It's the Vikings' only loss as Garrett Levesque has another steal up to Jordan Tate, who dunks it.
Were there this many dunks in the dunk contest?
No, there were not. I think Garrett Levesque missed 3 of them, and he has 2 tonight. Jordan Tate also couldn't compete. He got pulled out of it. He was a little bit banged up as the Vikings have another turnover. Far side, Wilson going to try another three-pointer, and it's water.
Feel the heat from Will Wilson. 17 now. He has opened up a little open water between he and Hunter Thompson.
And we're under a minute now. Western Washington, 27-point lead, largest one of the game so far. Bonneman is guarded by Will Wilson. He drives, White helping, and he finishes over him.
I like his game.
6'7" sophomore from Burnaby. Wilson settling the offense for Western Washington. Shot clock separated by 10 seconds. Dedeker in the corner. He's going to try his second 3 of the game, and he goes from an air ball to a corner 3. That's exactly where you want to be after airballing. Shortest edition of the three-point ball, and he buries it.
We are pretty close to on pace for last year's score here, just a hair off.
We are. 60-32, 28-point lead for Western Washington, and it's Hunter Thompson feeling himself, has it all by himself, fakes it, then puts it up, can't get it, and that's how the first half is going to expire. 60-32, Western Washington holds a big-time lead. Vikings will look to have another good second half. 15-minute break here on Vikings TV. When we come back, it's the second half between Douglas College and Western Washington.
Welcome back to Sam Carver Gymnasium. Butch Kamena here with Zen Hill. The Vikings holding a 60-32 lead at halftime. Let's take you through some of the stats from the first half. The Vikings shooting an outstanding 56% from the field in the first half, 22 of 39. And you see some of the other numbers, Douglas College at 36%. Both teams shooting very well from three-point range. Douglas 6 of 13, the Vikings 6 of 14. Even on the boards as Western gave up 9 offensive rebounds, but had 8 of their own. Maybe the one thing that's the big difference in this game is, besides the field goal percentage, the turnovers, 15 for Douglas to just 4 for Western. Let's take you through some of the scoring. For the Vikings, Will Wilson with an outstanding 17 points in the first half, 6 of 9 from the field, 9 each for Lewis Grant Holiday and Trevor White, 7 for Jordan Tate, 5 for Garrett Levesque and Aiden Rice. It was 4 for Dijon Lott, 3 for Charlie Diedecker, and a single free throw for Grant Kepley. At the other end, Hunter Thompson, 13 of the 32 points for the Royals, 7 for Bonneman, and then 3 each for Beaumont and Aztec, 2 for Schran, Elita, and Austin. The total of 32. The Vikings 60-32 halftime lead. Here with the second half play-by-play is Zen Hill.
Western Washington's 14 steals in the first half is already a season high. Season high up to this point as a team in a game was 8 steals. They did it twice, once against Azusa Pacific and once against Westminster. They have a chance to double and maybe even further than that against Douglas College in this one. Western Washington feeling good after this one. Reminder for Western Washington, they don't have any Thanksgiving games. That's a rarity. We usually have some games over Thanksgiving, but Vikings will actually get to take it off. They'll be back in action December 5th and 7th, playing conference games against Northwest Nazarene and Central Washington. Next time that you'll see men's basketball at home is against Langara College on the 15th here in Carver Gym. Second half underway. Douglas College moving from left to right now for the final 20 minutes between the Royals and the Vikings. Douglas will get it first, down by 28. Backdoor cut is found for Ches. Can't finish it, though, just short. Offensive rebound by Saran, keeps the possession alive. Pass back to him, and Lott rejects it into the seats. A little bit too slow in the jumper from Jarek Saran, and Money Lott rejects that. That'll be the Vikings, just their second block. They had 7 blocks against Northwest University on Saturday. Saran gets it on the left side, quickly into the lane, gets it into the corner for Verchez. He tries a 3 and buries it in the corner.
Yeah, averaging 14.5 or 8.5 a game, averaged over 14 last year. Gets himself on the board for the first time tonight.
Slowed down slightly for Douglas College in this season. Verchez his second collegiate season as Western Washington goes to work with Money Lott inside, who is too strong on his layup attempt. A quick transition from Kenayan Duncan on the left side against Lewis Grant Halliday. Tries to scoop under him, can't get it. And Aiden Rice will secure the rebound for Western Washington. Outlet pass goes up to Lewis Grant Halliday. Money Lott to try a 3, back rim. Aiden Rice is there, offensive rebound. Gets in and finishes a layup.
Found that rebound in the little pocket, and nobody picked him up as he went to the basket.
Had the open lane, took it smoothly inside. Beaverton High School, he averaged 20.1 points per game. Went to the 6A tournament semifinal in Oregon.
And a leak out, look out.
Money Lott is going to dunk it in. On a Hail Mary pass down the court, Money Lott finishes. Ooh. That three-pointer is good by Andre Verchez from the wing. He's had a couple of trays. Will Wilson spinning around for Western Washington on the far side behind the back pass. Handed off to Grant Halliday inside. Beautiful ball movement by the Vikings, and they find a bucket to Grant Halliday.
The trick bag is out, isn't it?
I don't know if the first pass or the second was better, but Saran comes back and finishes the layup. Wilson's might have been behind the head, but it was off target. Grant Kepley dished it right in for another assist for Grant Kepley as well. He's got 6 assists.
Oh.
And Kepley inside. Vikings are going to have the bucket and call a timeout themselves after it. It's 68-40. We'll be right back with 17:40 left in the second half.
Original, never compromise. Nobody can mess with my copyright. Make it look easy, you don't have to try that. Go and get it. Go and get it.
It's important that what I do as a job is something that I find meaningful. I ended up applying to the cybersecurity program at Western. The aspects of the program that really stand out to me is the hands-on experience.
Being able to work interdisciplinary and bring cybersecurity to marine science, bring it to communications, bring it to everything, is what really makes it interesting.
Back here in Carver Gym, Western Washington and Douglas College, head-to-head on a Tuesday night. On the eve of Thanksgiving, it is 68-40. Western Washington on top big. Grant Kepley, 3 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals, doing it all over the floor. Vikings still led by Will Wilson, 17 points. Douglas College has it. The Vikings called a timeout after the bucket by Grant Kepley that took us away. Andre Verchez has a pair of threes in the second half. He handles the ball for the Royals. Hunter Thompson, the points leader for the Royals, turns it over to Money Lott's steal. Vikings pick up their 15th steal. Kepley finds Grant Halliday cutting on the left side, and he finishes.
I think Tony Dominguez would like to see a better defensive effort here. They had to get on that possession, see if they can maintain it.
Scotty Austin driving past Will Wilson, but comes up shorthanded on the layup attempt. Wilson has it poked away by Austin, stealing away. Now Wilson tried to pin him, but Austin finishes. Scotty Austin now up. That's just his second bucket in 7 shots. Let's have 3 rebounds and 4 assists. As Wilson gets it on the outside for Western Washington. No shot will be called as Wilson drove. A foul on the floor. Vikings will have it on the baseline. Foul goes on Alika.
See that dish off before we went to the timeout. Will Wilson getting to the baseline, hitting the slashing Kepley.
I don't know if that one goes to our dunk counter.
No, it didn't. He just dropped it in.
He pulled the rim a little bit to make it look better as Kepley will drive, have it poked out of his hands. Out of bounds, Western remains in
Grant
possession.
will say it counted.
Yes. Grant will say it counted, but to us, not so much. Aiden Rice to inbound for Western Washington. Gets it to Grant Halliday, finds Money Lott on the other side of the paint, who finishes off the glass. Money Lott has 8 points and 6 rebounds in the start tonight for Western Washington. Their lead up to 30. It ties a game high for Western Washington. Thompson tried to find the back door. Wilson was closing it, and he picks up a steal. Austin picks him up full court. Well, Wilson will drive past 2 defenders and then go off the glass for another bucket.
To coast.
All the way for Wilson. Got the steal and the lay.
We should note it's in the stats as a dunk.
Okay.
Not that one. The one before the break.
Yes, the Grant Kepley one. Scotty Austin goes inside, and a foul is called on Money Lott. Austin will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. Not before we have our 16-minute timeout, 74-42. You're watching Vikings TV. We'll be right back. Second half of action between the Vikings and the Royals. Andre Verchez, a pair of threes were his first 2 baskets in the second half. 6 points for him in the start tonight. Out of the timeout, it'll be free throws coming for Scotty Austin. His first trip there. It'll be Just the 4th overall trip for the Royals to the free throw line tonight. They are 2 of 6 as a team up to this point.
Okay, so you want to take a gander at the steals record for Western in a game?
What is it?
31.
I don't know if we're going to get there. That's
I don't
pretty,
think so.
That's pretty high.
31 against Trinity Western, November 19th, 1988. At that time, Trinity Western was in the precursor to this conference. I think they called it the British Columbia Athletic Association back then.
Okay. Vikings did have 14 at half, so they fall just short.
I think I know a couple of the Trinity Western people that played in that game.
Really? Kai Bomert going to come off the bench, take off the shooter, Scotty Austin. Western Washington holding a 31-point lead, 74-43.
And I know that I was here.
That's even more impressive, I think. Money Lott with a reverse layup finishes inside. Money Lott now into double digits. He's got his 10th point off that layup. Bonneman gets by and Lott sends it back to the floor for his 2nd block of the game.
It was a move that he expected to be able to step by Money Lott, and Money just waited him out, swatted the shot out of bounds. That long step, I'm going to get to the rim. Nope.
Bonneman might have a long wingspan, but so does Money Lott. And it's not longer. 5-second violation. Don't see that a whole lot, and the turnover goes to the Vikings. Douglas College showing some light pressure all the way up the floor. Grant Halliday got it to Will Wilson, who now finds a cutting Garrett Levesque. That pass is tipped away, stolen by the Royals. Thompson gets it to Mbeelanwall into the corner for Bomert. Bomert lost his dribble in the mid-range, decides to shoot it and rattles it out. No good from Kai Bomert. Makes Bomert now just 1 of 5 as Trevor White gets the ball inside and pokes it off the glass for a layup.
4 Vikings in double figures now.
Bomert gonna try another 3, but misses it. Came up just short. Had only made 1 of those up to this point. Wilson goes behind the back, dribbling cross sides to Thompson, kick into the corner. Trevor White, 4-3 is good.
Trevor White up to 14 points. He is 6 of 8 from the field. I absolutely love watching this guy play.
He's been great, man.
Attleboro, Massachusetts. We think the first player from Massachusetts in school history.
6'7" freshman forward into Tabor Academy. That pass is tipped, stolen away. Garrett Levesque involved in another turnover Western Washington has favor of. Trevor White gets it inside and finishes.
So that is 7 very quick points for Trevor White in a burst.
Vikings now a 40-point lead over the Royals. 3-pointer no good. White will have the rebound as well. Quickly up to Money Lott. Lott around a defender is fouled before the shot. It'll be on the ground for Western Washington. Jordan Tate and Grant Kempley coming in for Western Washington. Flurry of subs in for the Royals as well.
Keep in mind that with intended red shirts and injuries and other things, the Vikings only have 9 active players right now. So you can't go deep into your bench. They've gone as deep as they can go.
Jordan Tate, one of those players, finishes a layup into the game, freshly getting the bucket. Jordan Tate, he's now got 7 on perfect shooting. Connolly handles. He's one of the newly checked in for the Royals. Aztec pulls up a rainbow 3, rebounded by Trevor White. Jordan Tate has it. We'll slow it down for Western Washington as Will Wilson gets it up on the left side behind the back. 2 defenders, and the layup is good. A tough layup by Will Wilson to get him into 20 points. He's got 21 tonight. Here's Thompson in the corner. Hunter Thompson, another good 3. Got 16. Grant Kempley is rejected by Ilika, but it is going to be on a foul, so not cleanly. Kempley getting 2 shots.
Great move by Will Wilson. He is so strong.
So strong.
So smooth. And once he gets that head of steam and gets that just a little edge on you, really difficult to stop him from getting to the rim.
Oliver Richmond coming in as well as Griffin White for the Royals. Grant Kepley, first of two, is good. Vikings leading 88-46. Second of two is good. Kepley is perfect from the line to that trip. Vikings almost have 90 points. Just over 12 minutes left in this matchup. As the newly checked in Richmond has it. Saran now at the top of the key. Moving around near the elbow. Guarded by Jordan Tate. Left side three from Jesse Connolly. Rattles away. Rebounded by Garrett Levesque. Fumbled for a second. Got it back and now secures it up to Jordan Tate. Jordan Tate, the sophomore, gives it to the redshirt freshman and Grant Kepley. Pressured by Richmond. Splits two defenders. Behind the back. Tip pass into the corner to Will Wilson. Wilson steps through a couple of defenders. Hands off to Trevor White. He's now inside. Tried to go off the glass. Missed it. Bumped around. White tips it. Grant Kepley towards the scorer's table.
Wow.
Who saves it in bounds. Extra pass into the corner. Wilson for three. And the foul is called.
And it's going to go against the Vikings. Trevor White's going to pick it up, I believe. But, oh, the ball movement there. The tap by White, the save by Kepley, and the full swing.
It'll bring us into a media timeout, 89-46. You're watching Vikings TV.
Original, never compromise. Nobody can mess with my copyright. Make it look easy, I don't have to try that.
Compass to Campus is a beautiful reciprocal relationship that's really centered on how to support young students to see themselves in a different kind of way and see the possibilities for their future.
Allie was one of our first mentors. A lot of people have believed in me along the way, Allie being one of them. She's always inspired me. Now I'm at Western actually going to college.
It's changing lives for the young students that we work with, and it's changing lives for the mentors who work with them.
Welcome back to Vikings TV. The Vikings leading 89-46 over Douglas College from New Westminster, British Columbia. We've talked about how Western's done against this league, but you know, they used to be in the same conference with UBC, the old Evergreen Conference in the 50s and 60s. So 47-24 edge there, all time for Western. UVic a dozen times, won 2/3 of those, including one rather amazing game when UVic was running about 6 national championships, and Western went up there and upset them with a team that was basically a 500 team. And then, of course, the long-standing rivalry with Simon Fraser, which is over 90 games, the Vikings with a 63-28 advantage there.
Vikings will first play Simon Fraser this season, late in the season. And it'll come on the 25th of January as the Vikings have a transition layup by Aiden Rice.
Great look by Grant Kepley, about a 55 or 60-foot pass for his 7th assist of the night.
Grant Kepley distributing the offense well so far.
Make it 8.
Richmond gives it off to his teammate Connolly, going to pull up with a man in his face. Oh, and he will just barely keep it alive as it's handled by Griffin White off the hands of Connolly. Oliver Richmond, 2 defenders there. Levesque has it easily up to Rice. He settled for a second, now drove, and he's fouled. I think he had some thoughts rolling through his head before he drove to the basket.
Yeah, he was thinking, and the defender was too close. And then when the arm got pulled down by White, it almost looked like Aiden Rice was going to finish this with the other hand. He tried to bring it back to the left and throw it in, but couldn't quite gather.
We'll have free throws instead. Maybe wanted to add his name to the dunk list for tonight's game.
Of course, Aiden White, the brother of Western women's soccer player Emily Rice. I said Aiden White. I'm sorry, Aiden Rice. You're supposed to correct me.
I was letting it sit. I knew you'd get there.
Yeah, I'd get there eventually. Thank you. I appreciate your confidence in me.
Emily Rice, a junior at Western, as Aiden Rice going to steal it away, give it almost to White. But it's out of bounds. Western will keep it. As Charlie Diedeker and DeJean Lott are going to come in for Garrett Levesque and Trevor White.
And see, it's actually Trevor White that I've been worried about all year. Because I'm convinced I'm going to call him Trevor Harris, who's played quarterback in the CFL for the last 10 or 12 years. And so far I've avoided it, but look out.
There we go for Grant Kepley. He finishes a dunk this time for real. I have the same issue. I have been worried that I'm going to call him Gabby. That's the biggest part. I really don't want to mess that one up.
No.
Into the corner for Connolly. Too short in his three-point attempt in the corner. Moneylot handles it. Long pass up to Aiden Rice. 1v3. A lob is not connected to with Jordan Tate. Kepley did keep it alive. He'll drive baseline. Look for a teammate, but then throw it too strong to the scorer's table out of bounds.
Sander Sledge was wide open. I watched Sander play in high school. He could score it a little bit.
Okay.
You know, he may have been a bit out of his range, but I wouldn't have been surprised to see him pull the trigger on that.
Glad to have him on the stats team.
We did not get a reaction on that.
No. Scotty Austin pull-up mid-ranger is good.
You get a little bit of evidence of why Scotty Austin leads this team in scoring.
He's got 9 points now tonight. Kepley outside. Rice steps through. Back to Kepley into the corner. Faking a three. Multiple defenders there as Kepley fights through him. Can't get the layup, though, and it's rebounded by Bonneman. Bonneman also has it up in transition to Saran. Going to his left. Dedeker was there defending, forced the miss. Vikings slow it down on the left side now with Jordan Tate. Moneylot, long three. Got it! Moneylot, he's got 13 and 8 points. Vikings nearing 100 points for the first time this season as Austin pulls back in the mid-range but misses it. Bonneman has the putback on the offensive rebound. Douglas College still winning the offensive glass, 14-11. Tate, he'll try a three himself. Can't get it. Rebounded by the Royals, turned in by Bonneman. Bonneman spins around. Kepley is there, had it tipped away. Out of bounds, though, off the hands of Bonneman. It'll be Vikings ball. Will Wilson coming back in for Western Washington. He'll check out Grant Kepley. Wilson, the game leader, 21 points on 8 for 12 shooting, 3 for 4 from the line. Also 3 assists and 3 steals for him in a night where the Vikings have 20 steals as a team. Rice driving to the right side, too strong on his layup attempt. Got his own rebound, gets it into the corner for Jordan Tate, who's too strong, just barely. Douglas has the rebound, going quickly now in transition is Scotty Austin. Behind the back, guarded by Rice, spins around him, steps back. Rice is it there. It's dished off to his teammate, Mbinawal. Rice is there to steal it away, number 21 for Western Washington. Rice, top of the key, now the left side, and Moneylot going to try another three. Can't get it to go. Tipped into the hands of the Douglas Connolly. Aztec has it near side, guarded by Dedeker. Austin steps back on Rice, dishes it away, and missed it. Vikings get another steal, and then the foul by Austin immediately after the turnover. This will take us into our 8-minute media timeout. Vikings have a 97-50 lead with 7:54 left in our first half. You're watching Vikings TV. We'll be right back.
Original, never compromise. Nobody can mess with my copyright. Make it look easy, you don't have to try that. Go and get it. Go and get it.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Welcome back to Vikings TV. You see on camera there Damon Bruland, who's a veteran official here. He's probably been in the college ranks now for 15, 20 years. I remember Damon doing a high school game that I was involved in the mid-'90s when he first started.
Wow.
And his father, Ray, has been an official for many, many years, and back to, I think, the 70s probably. And Ray came back and was a high school official this year. With the Shoreham high school officials, Ray Brulin's been back at it the last couple of years and still going strong. So a great officiating tradition in the Brulin family.
I don't know where you pull this lore out of, but you know too much, sir.
You hang around long enough, you learn these things, you know. So
Vikings have the ball out of our media timeout. Up 97-50, trying to hit triple digits for the first time. They could do it here with a 3 from Tate, and they will. 100 points for the Vikings.
We'll honor Doug Lang, my old colleague. Free chalupas. There are no chalupas.
As long as we don't let Douglas score 100 points, and we could get our imaginary ones for
Double
us.
chalupa, yes. There have been a handful of double chalupa games in Western history.
Although no one has received any after.
No.
Ball went out of bounds. It'll be Douglas College sideline inbounds coming from Burchez.
Once again, let us repeat, there are no chalupas.
Don't go out looking for them. Hey, you didn't see the men's basketball game on Tuesday? These are supposed to be free. Short-handed three-point attempt is rebounded by Will Wilson, who gets it up in the Vikings sideline. He drives baseline, kicks it to a cutting Dedeker, who gets the lay-in.
You know, like the cutback in soccer, and it's like Will Wilson goes to the end line and looks for the little cutback for somebody on the 6-yard box to finish, right? It's about the fourth one tonight.
Blurred lines between athletics.
Adam would have appreciated that more than either of us.
That's true. If only.
I coach soccer, and he would have appreciated it more than me.
Brought a broadcast to Vikings soccer. Bonneman has it on the baseline. Reverse attempt. Just cherries it way in.
He is now up to 11 points, the second Royal in double figures. I really like his game. Does a lot of nice little things around the basket. Hit a 3 earlier.
He's got the potential to score high and also haul in some rebounds. Last season had an 18-10 game as Money Lott will get a 3. Money Lott has been struggling to get the 3-ball going in a Vikings uniform. He's got a couple of them tonight.
2 of 4 from 3-point range, and he's up to 16 points.
He had only made 1 on the season entering the matchup against the Royals here as it trails out of bounds on the Royals bench. It'll be possession for Douglas College.
He just 1 of 13, but everybody believes that it's something that he is able to do.
Yes. Of course.
Bonneman here with that nice little reverse, using the rim to protect himself, and we're going to get a timeout called by Douglas coach Matt McKay. It is going to be a full, but we'll keep it here, I think. It's not a media timeout, so.
Why not?
Oh, actually, I think it is killing the media, but let's keep it here anyway. We'll make it work. 105-52, so we're pretty much on pace to where this game was a year ago.
In that matchup, Vikings were led by Kai Johnson's 24 points. He had a big-time bucket in the most recent Montana game. He had that steal and layup. Saw that for Kai Johnson. Always cool to see him.
I watched Montana State the other night. Saw B.J. Colley getting some significant minutes against, oh, now I'm blanking, Southern Mississippi.
He had a transition dunk.
Yep, and then Montana State won again tonight. So they're starting to put things together. They've played a very tough schedule to this point, a number of Power Conference games, and it's a good program right now that Matt Logie, a Mercer Island grad, is taken over after Ryan Sprinkle, who is now at UW. So,
Carousel.
We should note the Vikings, as we said, not playing on Thanksgiving. In fact, and then they will come back to action in conference play. Northwest Nazarene, and then at Central Washington on December 7th. Then December 5th for the Nazarene game, December 7th at Central.
And for women's basketball, we'll actually have conference games in Carver during that exact same time. Some big matchups coming for your Lady Vikings.
We start with the big one.
Yep, Montana State Billings on the 5th. That'll be here on Vikings TV and in Carver Gym as the three-point attempt is no good out of the timeout. Vikings are going quick to Will Wilson driving through, blocking foul called. He'll have an and one coming. Women's basketball also will play Seattle Pacific on the 7th. Wilson had 20 points against Douglas College last year in 18 minutes.
As you said, that it is December 5th, Montana State Billings. It's the next event in Sam Carver Gymnasium, and it is a big one. That is right now the most fun of the rivalries, and things go back and forth and ebb and flow. But the games that those two teams have played over the last 2 years have just been phenomenal.
So many down to the wire finishes. Western Washington women's basketball, of course, season with a lot of new opportunities for players. Haven't seen that in a while for that women's program, as there's a miss by Scotty Austin on a three-point attempt. Vikings, very similar, didn't really know what was going to be about this season. We figured out that it's a team that shares the wealth. Money Lot, he's got double figures. Jordan Tate just shy of that. He'll slam it on a drive. Jordan Tate feeling healthy, 6'6" sophomore, delivers a dunk. 110 now for Western Washington. Scotty Austin has been handling the offense. Hunter Thompson, he's shot the ball well tonight. Still leads the Royals in points up to this point, 16 on 5 for 9. He's went 4 for 7 from 3. As another turnover is forced, Money Lot involved in it again. He's got now 3 steals and 2 blocks with his 16 points and 9 rebounds. Jordan Tate in the corner. Can't get it, just off the back iron. And Thompson will turn it into transition for Douglas. Top of the key, Connolly fakes a shot, goes to his right, and is fouled by Money Lot. 2 free throws coming for the freshman, Jesse Connolly. Money Lot will pick up his 3rd personal foul. Almost has a double-double, just 1 rebound shy of it. Maybe could get it off a missed free throw on the 2nd try from Connolly. Connolly with that free throw remains perfect from the line. He's 5 for 5.
This is the only counting game in the GNAC. But down in Caldwell, Idaho, College of Idaho and Northwest Nazarene played what is an incredible rivalry. Those two schools are about 5 miles apart.
Wow.
And 2,000 or 3,000 people every time they play one another. College of Idaho 76, Northwest Nazarene 44. However, there's a non-counting game and just as an exhibition. So don't know how much teams played minutes and everything, but
Jordan Tate inside, can't get a layup to go. Got his own rebound and fought through strongly. Jordan Tate, what a night he's having off the bench. That's now 16 points for him.
Such incredible balance for the Vikings here. It's 6 players in double figures. And nobody with less than 5 points.
I'm not going to jump the gun, but could be a career high for Tate. Seems like it might be.
I would reckon that is true. We'll confirm.
Is Max Aztec for Douglas. 112-56 your score. 3.5 left in the second half. As the freshman handles, now switched on to Trevor White. Gets a behind-the-back pass to Thompson. Jab step now gets past Kepley. Into the block is too strong. Dedeker with a nice help defense. Offensive rebound put back by Bonneman.
Jordan Tate's previous career high was 7 against Douglas last year.
So he's broken that, gone over top of it. They're also feeding him on the baseline, but he dishes it to Grant Kepley for 3.
And Grant Kepley moves into double figures now.
Only 2 players that have played in this game for Western Washington that don't have double digits. Charlie Dedeker with 5, Levesque also at that total. Every other player in double digits.
Charlie's in, we got to give him the ball.
Exactly. Bonneman working on Kepley, goes up with the left hand, can't get it. Rebound by Kepley, long outlet pass up to Aiden Rice with the right hand finish.
33 assists for the Vikings tonight.
Moved the ball well against Northwest University on Saturday, and they've taken that to another level after the layup is good by Max Aztec.
The record for assists, 38.
Doable.
Against
2 minutes, I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably a stretch.
We're at 34.
And we probably won't try to score in the last half minute.
That's true.
Trevor White.
Finishing a layup inside. Trevor White's got 18.
Against Sheldon Jackson College. You're going to tell me where Sheldon Jackson College was located.
I'm not going to.
I
failed geography.
Well, and the school hasn't been in existence for close to 20 years now.
See, then you set me up for failure, I think.
Most of your life it hasn't been in existence.
Ball goes out of bounds. We're into our media timeout. It's 119-60. Western Washington dominating Douglas when we come back.
Original, never compromise. Nobody can mess with my copyright. Make it look easy, you don't have to try that. Go and get it. Go and get it.
It's important that what I do as a job is something that I find meaningful. I ended up applying to the cybersecurity program at Western. The aspects of the program that really stand out to me is the hands-on experience.
Being able to work interdisciplinary and bring cybersecurity to marine science, bring it to communications, bring it to everything, is what really makes it interesting.
So we mentioned as we went to the break, Sheldon Jackson College, and so Western, when they were in the NAIA, Sheldon Jackson was part of District 1. They were a school in Sitka, Alaska, of about 300 or 400 students. And I actually made a couple road trips and saw games Western play at Sheldon Jackson. One year we did a trip, we played at Alaska Juneau, which was a very good program at that point, and then went to Sheldon Jackson, and a flu went through the team. We had 6 healthy players and pulled out a victory that night. We were so down that Brad Jackson, who was the coach, as we were walking to the game from the hotel, which gives you a sense of Sitka, said, "We may need to suit you up."
How many years of eligibility do you have left?
At that point, I was in my 4th year of school, so theoretically, I could have played.
You could have. Long pass was stolen away by Max Aztec.
It wouldn't have been pretty.
Would have been fun. Maybe for everyone else that was going against her, or who you were guarding, maybe that would have been fun.
That's true.
White failed the pass into the corner to Dedeker, a steal for the Royals. The team, they've got 6 compared to the Vikings' 24. Defensive night for Western Washington as Aztec buries the 3 in the corner. Under a minute now, Western Washington has fulfilled how we thought this matchup would go over the last couple of times these two teams have met. Very similar scores we see. Vikings handle the ball. Trevor White on the outside, get it into the corner. Dedeker thought about shooting the 3. Western trailing down. Rice tries the 3 but misses. Shot clock turned off. Western Washington, 35 assists as a team, so we'll fall just short of a potential record. Just 3. What a great offensive day for Western Washington. 61% shooting as a team, 44% from 3. And a foul is called, 12.4 on the game clock.
Gives us a moment to get some individual numbers here, as we said. 7 Vikings in double figures, led by Will Wilson with 24. 18 points for Trevor White, 16 for Money Lott, 13 for Liz Grant Holiday, 12 for Aiden Rice, and 10 for Grant Kepley. Let's add 9 assists and 6 rebounds for Grant Kepley. The other end, Hunter Thompson with 16, and Lorenzo Boneman with 15, the big scores there.
As Tech, 5 points in these last couple of seconds, adding there. Western Washington will likely dribble out the remaining clock here and end up heading towards a victory. 119-65 for Western Washington.
65.8% from the field in the second half. An excellent performance to head to Thanksgiving. So Zen will try to procure a post-game interview with Jordan Tate. He will be with us in just a moment. We'll get the headphones on him once we can procure him. Again, the Vikings will have Thanksgiving weekend off, and then we'll return to action with the start of GNAC play. Visiting Northwest Nazarene University on December 5th in Central Washington, and we are ready to go. Here is Zen Hill with Jordan Tate.
Down here on the floor with Western Player of the Game, Jordan Tate. You had 16 points, career high. The guys got you going. How did that feel to play and compete out there?
And it felt good to get going, you know. First game with double digits, so really great feeling. Guys were a great support, so just ready to get rolling.
You guys took a big-time win, of course, against Douglas College. What we would expect from this like this?
Just fundamentals, get ready for our league next week, and just like nail down what we do every time and just make it consistent.
Yeah, early conference games coming up after the break. What's the game plan heading to the road to try and get off on the right foot? Of course, we've had this nice 6-1 start, but what comes after this?
Just go undefeated. That's our goal right now. That's it.
All right, well, you guys luckily have Thanksgiving off, so what are you going to be eating? What's your favorite Thanksgiving dinner?
I'm going to have to go mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. All right, thanks, Jordan. Congratulations on a win. We'll see the Vikings at home back against Langara College on the 15th, but you can also catch women's basketball here at Carver Gym on December 5th and 7th. We'll see you then, and go Vikings. Have a good night.